Hey, you all, it's Guiana. I hope everybody's well, blessed. I hope everybody's doing good. It's been so long since I've done a sit down video. I've been doing a lot of shorts. I do try to stay consistent with posting shorts. However, life, work, kids, all of that good stuff has been taking place. And so I haven't really had a lot of time. Got back into church. So it's been a lot. However, there have also been more changes within the last few months. And so I wanted to come on here and see how you all had been and just kind of share with you all where I currently am at on my journey. If you'd followed along from the previous videos I've posted in long form, you'll see that, there was some stuff going on as far as relationship wise that was not healthy by any means for me or my children. And so left that situation, ended up back with my mom, and now I'm just starting over, building from scratch. But God's been with me, throughout the whole way. So I'm never, alone, or I'm never feeling alone or by myself. I know that I have a great support system when it comes to family, but then I also know that God is guiding me, and His hand is in everything I do. Without Him, I have to give all glory to God, because without Him, I wouldn't even be where I'm at right now. Who knows where I'd be at? Who even knows if I'd be here, honestly. But with that being said, so just a quick catch up so you all kind of know what's going on. Um, I had, left a horrible situation, ended up back at my mom's house, and now this is going on, let's see, May. It was the day before my birthday, May 4th. My birthday's May 5th. So May, June, July, August, September. So it's been about 4 months, going on 5 next month. So almost half a year. I cannot believe it. However, of course, I'm very grateful and very thankful for where I'm at in life. But sometimes I do, and I feel like we all kind of get like this. Like we kind of sit back and we're like, man, God, like, I'm wondering when certain things are going to fall into place. I'm 32 and I'm like, when am I going to be back on my feet again when it comes to like a home or the transportation or a spouse or just, my pay, just certain things that I look forward to in life. And I know like God has given me the desire for and to have. So I know like it's gonna come. However, sometimes we just do kind of question like God's timing on things. And I'm having to remind myself to reel it back in and to remember, that like there's a season for everything. He's perfect. He's omnipresent, Um, he's always with me, always watching over me. Like he just has the perfect plan for me. He's omni everything. And so I remind myself of that daily. Like he has a plan for my life and for your life, so mapped out and so perfect that those what ifs and whens and should this happen, those types of questions really have no room in our minds. And so with my, faith growing in God, there have been attacks. And when I say attacks, I mean, I've been attacked from just a few different angles I've noticed lately. And I'm like, God, what is that? Like, is it because, how they say that, have that saying like new levels, new devils? Like maybe that's it, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I know that's it, but it's a lot of spiritual warfare going on and taking place. And so just with all of that, I finally had to bring it all back in, and I started journaling again because I had so many thoughts, going through my mind. And I'm sure like even you all, like you can see from me sitting here talking to you that there's so much going on. And once again, it's from every different angle, from all these different parts of life or areas of life. And I'm just like tired of being attacked. And I don't want to settle in a relationship with just anybody. So let me kind of fill you all in. I'm tired of working these jobs to help keep these corporations rich. And I know you all have heard this all over TikTok, all over YouTube, all over everywhere, right? I've been feeling like this. Like I'm burnt out. Like, granted, yeah, I took a little bit of time off, within my working history from the time I was 17 to now. However, I'm tired of like making a certain amount and feeling like there's no progression with that. Like these jobs, it's crazy. Like you guys know, like these jobs, I don't want to say they're all dead end, but they kind of all feel dead end. I mean, because you're never really making enough to elevate. And if you are making enough to elevate, that comes with, having to spend more. So the more you're spending, once you add up the pay raise that you've made plus what you're now spending, it's not really adding up. It's not equaling up. along with that comes the toxic environments. I have been okay. So there's this job that I've been at for since June. So came back to my mom's house in May, started this job in June. Started working there, loved the job, loved the people, loved everything about the job. However, there was this coworker who insisted on constantly being so rude to me, disrespectful. Mind you, she's now 18. She was 17. And just is so rude to me. I mean, so disrespectful, so passive aggressive. The microaggressions, like I don't know if you all have looked into like what that term is that they're using a lot, but in toxic environments, especially in toxic work environments, there's lots of microaggressions. And so an example of that would be like somebody just, you know, being aggressive toward you when it comes to something that's not even probably a big deal, or like something about like, oh, that's not how you do that, or let me just do it, or like we know what passive aggressiveness is, but the microaggressions are just like these minute aggressions that the aggressor has toward you. I know that's a lot of aggress in that, but basically just being very mean, in small ways, and not enough to where you're able to like document it or have it like go to the boss and be like, hey, like this person's doing this and this to me all the time. I mean, when we work together, it can be like them like doing stuff super fast, or like throwing stuff down, or just or just even you catch them just looking certain ways, like looking at you a certain way, or just like gossiping all the time. Like, y'all, it got so bad to the point where I'm like, I'm gonna go off on this person eventually, and I would hate to get fired. I'm starting to look like the crazy one, because that's what they love to do, make it look like, oh, they're crazy, what are they talking about, I didn't say anything to her. Well, duh, you didn't say like you're stupid, but you said, I mean, you said everything with your body language, or you said everything with how you worked around me, or the things that you did say to me. You let me know, that you felt like I was stupid, or you let me know that you felt like I wasn't as fast as you, because some people just have like this need to prove themselves to everybody, and they will do that by any means necessary. They will do that if it means making you look like a horrible, slow, bad worker. They'll try that, like when the big bosses come in and stuff, as if they can work circles around you. If you know what I'm talking about, But yeah, there's just been a lot going on there, and I'm just no longer like happy. Like the boss, he's okay or whatever, but I've voiced my concerns a few times, and mainly to like the assistant, but then also to him in different ways, and he just doesn't care. That's the vibe that I get. Like he just doesn't care, and that's fine. Like you don't have to care. So I'm just like, okay, well, that's my sign. Like I had been praying about it, y'all. I had not felt the way I felt. It was last week, the Sunday before, the Sunday before going back to work that Monday, and I saw that we had to work together, and I'm like, oh God, like it was like literally like weighing on me so heavy. I was getting like depressed and stressed out, and I'm like, I haven't felt this way in like years. Like even from like the type of horrible relationship I was in, or being in ways I've been treated or whatever, like to feel that type of feeling, because knowing I'm being attacked and bullied by somebody who like I've been nothing but nice to, or like nothing but tried to help make their life easier or whatever, like to be treated like, I don't want to cuss on here, but just so horribly. And me knowing me, like I've changed a lot, and like the way I would have reacted, like I've chosen to not react that way. So like to feel like that about a place like this, like at my workplace, it was like, oh no, like I cannot allow myself to feel like this. And yeah, like it's bittersweet, the pay was okay, but the hours were okay, so stuff like really did work in my favor. It's literally just this one person, and it caused me to have to like not even really weigh out like the pros and cons, because that one con to me, being that it was taking away peace and that it was taking away sleep for me, like thinking about this individual all the time and knowing how they are and having to work with that, like that demonic energy, it was like there wasn't really a lot in that regard to have to weigh out. It was just more so like being like, you're giving up, a lot of perks, as far as the hours that you have and the pay that you get, and the way your schedule is, and, some of the benefits, like you're giving up this stuff, based on an individual. Are you willing to do that? And I'm just like, I told God, like, God, I'm gonna do what you tell me to do, because, I have to go. I can't allow myself to be like, I feel like my work was done there. I set a standard for myself that I hope other people are able to follow for themselves if they felt some type of way about the job, because I actually loved the people. I mean, I still do. And I hope I brought joy to the people. I hope that, they remember me, and because I'm going to remember them, because I seen them as more than just coworkers. It's actually making me kind of emotional. I seen them as more than just coworkers. I've seen them as like as people, and as smart, beautiful, lovely individuals. And so I just hope that they know that, and the fact that I'm leaving because of how I was treated by one person, for me, it kind of lets me know, like, wow, like I'm really getting uncomfortable to be where I'm appreciated. And that's not like, that's growth for me, because I've always stayed in situations to where I felt like, well, I'm comfortable here. So like, I'm not gonna, disrupt that. Like if I got to deal with just this little thing or that little thing, or I'll just say something back to her. I'll just do something like, no, like I've outgrown that. And so that just shows me a lot of character growth. And I'm like thanking God for that, because that's my goal in life, is to grow as a person and love. So yeah, so that's something. I was really looking forward to like celebrating my year with this company, and that's not gonna happen. So, but that's okay. Um, so the job thing, that's that. As far as the relationship thing goes for me, I want you all to remember not to settle, because I have to tell myself this all the time. Um, I have been I don't do social media. Like YouTube is the only thing that I do. So I know I'm like, okay, so whoever I meet, like I'm gonna meet him in person, because it's not gonna be off of like online. I've had my online days, and I'm too grown for that now. So no online stuff. However, I want the man that is sent from God. And I just wanted to share this with you all. It's not all about looks. It's not all about finances. I was kind of caught up in that at first, like thinking like, well, he's gonna have to look like this. Not even necessarily the looks. Like the looks weren't really as big of a deal to me as like far as like the pay. I'm like, he has to like make decent money. He has to like have this and that together, and da 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 da. And the dating pool is not necessarily as perfect as I think like social media or movies make it look. And I found that out. Because I've always been like a relationship girl. So I've never like really had lots of single time in my life. So having the single time is like, I have it now. And I'm not talking to anybody. I don't date anybody. My goal is to save myself for marriage, as far as, after the relationship that I was in, like I haven't did anything since then, if you know what I mean. So I'm like, okay, I want to keep it like that. Like I don't want to do any of that. I just want to go ahead and I've been baptized. I want to save myself. I want to just continue to work on myself and just kind of have myself as pure as I can have myself for my husband. So I'm waiting on that. And I'm not going out here looking. I've had, people try to talk to me and things like that, like here and there. And I found like, it's not like you have to come at me a certain way. Like, if your values aren't lined up with my values, like there's not even a conversation really to be had like that. I put God first, and I've realized like he has to put God first. Like I don't want to be unequally yoked in my relationship. So it has to be a man of faith. He has to. I don't care if he's an ex-con. I don't care if he's not the richest man in the world. I don't care, as far as like the kids thing goes, how many kids he has, like all that stuff. Like I don't care about that. He does have to be a man after God's heart though, because if you're gonna lead me, like we got to be going somewhere holy. I'm not trying to end up in the streets or the trenches. Unless that's where God's leading us, for a reason. But I don't feel that in here. So yeah, he just has to, be a man of God, a good man of God. And I'm like, okay, that's what I want. And so that's what I'm waiting on. So as far as the dating life goes, I don't have one. I am just put up and put away for the man of God that he has for me. And yeah, so that's where I'm at, you guys. Job wise, I have a new job lined up. I really though want to work at like a call center, because I love I don't know. I just love the overtime that they offer. I'm gonna be honest. I love the overtime, and um, I'm praying for that. So pray for me if you're a believer as well. Just pray for me that God blesses me with a call center job. I do have a prospect, so I'm praying about that. I will be checking on that as well. But I do have another job lined up, so I'm looking forward to it. It seems like the atmosphere will be way more positive and better for me. Um, Childcare, I got that back. My oldest is a junior this year, and my son, so my oldest is 16. She's a junior. She just started her first job like 2 weeks ago at a pumpkin patch. So proud of her. She is my rock as well, and she makes me so proud. My 5-year-old, he started school this year as well, and so he's been doing good. We're going to get him in sports eventually. I'm thinking through the YMCA just because the school that he goes to doesn't um, offer, I haven't seen that they've offered any sports for him at that age. So I'm going to be looking into that soon. But right now he is in kindergarten. So he's doing great, excelling, and God is just blessing him with knowledge and gifts and friendships. And then my 1-year-old, she's back in daycare. However, she doesn't go every day. She might go like once or twice a week, just because of scheduling and if my mom's off or off that day, or if she doesn't go in until later. It's worked for us to where my baby girl doesn't have to go to daycare. She can just stay here, and we switch shifts basically when it comes to watching her and playing with her. So yeah, God's been good to me. He really has. He's humbled me in so many ways, but I am so blessed and so thankful and grateful that I'm able to kind of document my story, because I've had like apartments and I've had romances and I've had those things or whatever, and so it's just so funny, and it's gonna be so cool to just kind of see how, like, now, like, you know after a year, because I've documented before when I was going through a really hard time in my life. And so it's going to be funny to look at this. Like I said, we're almost at 6 months. So to look at this again from like a year and be like, oh, wow, like, look how much has changed. So blessed. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful. And I just want to let you know, if you're going through like issues with jobs, and you're tired of working, living paycheck to paycheck, you're tired of struggling, you're tired of doing things by yourself, you're tired of feeling like you're not in shape enough or pretty enough or financially well off enough or just whatever it is, like, just know that God is with you and on your side, and your story is so much bigger than you can imagine, and you have so many people to reach you don't even know yet. He's using you as an example, and just keep shining that light. Don't give up, don't give in. And sometimes if you're unhappy at a place, it's just time to move. Whether that's a relationship, a friendship, a job. Sometimes when you're losing peace, when you're losing your composure, when you're kind of slipping at the mouth, sometimes you have to really sit down and pray and ask God, like, is this for me? Is it time for me to move on? Like, God, like, is the devil trying to attack me? Like, and you can try to pray that off or whatever as long as you'd like to. But basically, like, eventually, if it's that time, sometimes it's just that time, and time's up. So, and especially like if you're going through things that are hard enough already, like, you don't need that added stress, losing your job, or that added stress of just feeling miserable at a place and being felt to feel like this big, at a workplace, when you already are like dealing with personal issues like most of us are. We can look at this economy and see what's going on. We see what's going on. If you are able to sit there and have a conversation with somebody and they act like they don't see what's going on with food prices, with these dead end jobs, with these half-ass relationships, with these unhappy families, and like, if people act like they don't see what's going on, like, something's wrong. Because you can see it clear as day. So I don't know, but yeah, that's all I had to come on here and say, you guys. I've wore this dress a few times before. I got this from Shein, and then I ordered like these girdle underwear things that I have on underneath, but it actually, like standing up, actually I feel like it works pretty well. But yeah, working on self care and, you know, self love, I don't want to say self appreciation because I do want to stay humble, but just trying to give myself a little bit more grace and be in touch. I'm trying to retouch my feminine side. I lost a lot of I just feel like I wasn't able to be feminine in my last relationship. It was all stripped away. So I've been working on that again, trying to remind myself that it's okay to feel feminine and to be feminine and to, yeah, look feminine, hold myself feminine. You can have a voice and use it and still be feminine. But it feels good to be able to kind of get back in touch with that because I'm like, I've always looked up to like beautiful women and um, fashion icons and things like that. And I've always wanted to be like a beautiful Black woman, and not when I say beautiful, not like cosmetically enhanced beautiful, baddie beautiful. No, like that classic, timeless, elegant, beautiful woman. And you can be that and be a Christian and still have a good heart and all that. So don't let people start getting in your ear trying to tell you, we're humans and you take it one day at a time, one step at a time, and do it the best you can. And like if you're on a sobriety journey, if you're on a, no contact journey, if you're on a abstinence journey, if you're on a just whatever cheating journey, if you're a habitual cheater, you're on a journey of trying not to cheat or something. I don't know, but just whatever type of journey you're on, be it's okay as long as you are making those steps to better yourself and to try to get it right. That's all you can do. God knows your heart and He's proud of you and He loves you. And I'm hoping that everything works out for you all. I'm not going to hold you all up for too much longer. I'm about to actually go watch some TV, just relax. Have to be back to work tomorrow. But yeah, you guys, just stay strong. It will get better. The workforce for you will get better. Your family life will get better. Your relationship life will get better. And I'm speaking that into you. It will get better. And just don't give up. I hope that this is finding whoever like needs to find this. Don't give up. Stay strong. If you look at some of my previous videos, like even the ones from like, I have a different page, but from back like 2019, 2020, like I've been through some things. But you wouldn't know it by looking at me or by hearing me speak, if you were just to catch me on a regular day, because I don't let that stuff define me. And I know that what God has for me has my name on it and it's waiting, but I have a job to do and I'm going to do that job. So same for you. Do the job that God has for you, okay? Well, I love you all. Leave some stuff in the comments if you have any questions. I'm going to pray for you all. And I love you. Stay blessed, be blessed, and be a blessing. I'll be talking to you all later. Bye.